Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Eddie, and I just finished watching Quintessential Quintuplets, Season 2, Episode 11. Well, I didn't just finish watching it, but I finished watching it, and, I really see why they called it the Sisters' War last episode. Right off the bat, we immediately see that, first off, Itsuki really was the Rennet at the boathouse. So we start off with that revelation. They pretty much confirm it, because I was like, is that her last episode? They pretty much confirmed it. It is her. And, I also Yotsuba also mentions how she kind of wishes everything could just go back to being the way things were back in the old days. Me too, Yotsuba, me too. I honestly, too, wish things could go back to being the way they were back in the old days, but that's not really possible now, is it? We don't need to buy so much stuff. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I really love that. We didn't have an OP today, but Raiha is being a absolute ball of sunshine as usual and jokes around with her older bro. You tell him, Raiha, let's buy out the entire damn store. That's right. We're gonna buy the entire store. How does that sound? Hey, we got the money. We could. No, that's not gonna happen. But seriously, we got to see Raiha, and I really like how Raiha and Itsuki are just basically like friends now. On the other hand, damn, Itsuki, buying underwear in front of a kid, that's pretty questionable, just saying. Futaro saying that Yotsuba still wears little girl panties was hilarious, of course, and our second ball of sunshine within the show, Yotsuba is quick to point out that is quint harassment, or quintassment, as, okay, like that one actually got me to like laugh out loud. And once again, as I said a million times, never change Yotsuba. You really are an absolute cinnamon roll. Then Raiha also follows this up with breaking literally every single one of Futaro's attempts to make it look like he doesn't care about the camping trip or anything like that. Also, I just wanted to say one thing. Futaro, you forgot about the Quint's birthday. It's like, shame, man, shame. But yeah, the trip to Kyoto, that was pretty interesting. Miku, I keep saying again and again, and I will say it a million times if I have to, Miku is my best girl. I don't care what happens, she is my best girl, okay? Miku, I am rooting for you, and I hope you can give those croissants to Futaro. I know that doesn't happen, but I hoped that she could have given those croissants to Futaro. Even Yotsuba seems to think so, which makes her very based. The card game was pretty hilarious. Like, everyone was super fired up to finish the game because, they believed that it would give them one step ahead of their competitor, which obviously failed, and the one who really does win is Yotsuba, because what do you expect, honestly? I think this is for the best, honestly, because I really worry about what would have happened if Yotsuba hadn't won, and, we just let if Yotsuba hadn't won, because I don't know what twisted manner the other girls would have used their wish for. Like, seriously, imagine the massive shit fest that would have happened if anyone, if it was anyone other than Yotsuba. Looks like the Quints all want to go to different places, which is a real shame because the group can only be in one place at one time. But, they all believe that they wanted to do different things with Futaro. Now, Nino makes a call to just follow Futaro's team, and the other two guys, which honestly is the right call. I think if I were Nino, I would have done the same thing. And looks like we get to see the quintuplets going up. And although Ichika's done some questionable things, like what she said is right. I do agree with that. Yotsuba is a carefree and happy girl, and that's why we love her. Unlike a certain schemer, honestly, another part of this episode that was so amazing was Nino being an absolute Chad and just calling out Ichika's BS. And, as it turns out, she's right. Ichika really was planning something nasty again. I mean, she might as well actually be a different character at this point. Quick crack theory time, but okay, so here's the idea. Episode 9, right? At the very end of episode 9, Ichika is, captured by rabid fans, and she's kidnapped, okay? So she's being held prisoner somewhere. And the Ichika we're seeing right now is actually Mutsumi, the 6th Quint. What am I doing with my life? Splitting the teams into 2 routes makes the most sense because, like, there's 2 routes to take and there's 5 of you. So it makes sense to split the team into 2 so that one of the teams could eventually run in and rendezvous at the top. The problem is, if you are rooting for any specific Quint, this makes it a bit of a gamble. Like, it's a 50-50 chance of, like, say, I personally wanted Miku to meet Futaro. So for me, it was like a 50-50 chance of Miku meeting Futaro. As it turns out, it was actually a 0% chance because Futaro and his company, like his little team, didn't head up either route. They just kind of stayed behind. But, I mean, we got to see Ichika being an absolute snake again, which, I mean, come on, Ichika, come on, really? Really? I mean, Ichika, once again, what the fuck? Not Ichika, Mutsumi. Mutsumi, we're really heading back into the Jake Skywalker territory now. Mutsumi, yes. Anyway, Mutsumi's plan ends up backfiring and hurting Miku. Although, well, I mean, to be fair, she was hurting Miku beforehand. Anyway, by the way, that's so messed up. Ichika just keeps gunning for Miku because she's the weakest competitor out of the other 3. She has 2 competitors, and Miku seems like the weakest of the 3. So she just keeps gunning for her, and she just keeps, like, trying to destroy her chances specifically. That's like really messed up in my opinion. Like, Yotsuba was just trying to be the sensible one and helping Miku out anyway, and Futaro, of course, arrives at a very nice time. God, I seriously, like, when all that stuff happened, I wish that Nino would just go ahead and slap Ichika, just, like, slap some sense into her, just like Itsuki did to you back earlier in the season. At least Ichika is sensible enough to, like, know that, like, she brought this upon herself and that it's technically her fault. I mean, yeah, seriously, I hope that this is the end of Ichika's snakiness, because, I mean, Nino even straight up admits, yeah, I said I was willing to step over anyone, but, like, Nino's still a good sport. She would have celebrated for them. And, like, Ichika, she has the gall to say, well, Nino, how are we any different? And Nino says, well, yeah, if I lost, I would have been graceful about it. Like, oh my god. Like, Ichika, or Mutsumi, how dare you? And, well, Nino basically, I do kind of not like how Nino is a little snappy to Futaro, though. Like, she tells him, hey, go chase after Miku, which I do agree that's the right thing to do, which ends up failing, and but at least Itsuki manages to safely catch Miku on the bus, so that's that. Another thing I really want to say is that if Nino is the star of the season, then Yotsuba is definitely the co-star. Just look at her, like, she's always, like, looking out for others. She's blaming herself, knowing that mistakes are made, even though they weren't her mistakes, because, like, technically it was someone else that made a mistake, and she's blaming herself for that. But anyways, I mean, like, seriously, it's all Ichika's fault for this mess. By the way, Futaro's being a freaking detective today, and because apparently he figured out that the fake Ichika, that Ichika disguised as Miku wasn't actually Miku. So I applaud you on that. Futaro is also a philosopher. I mean, like, yeah, like, it's basically like we live in a society. What gives? I kind of agree with everything he says. And, another thing really important to know, I realized this until I was talking to my friends right after the episode, but someone says that, Futaro says, you can't make a choice without losing something. And that might be part of the reason why he hasn't actually gone for any of the Quints himself yet. Because he doesn't want to lose all of them. So, that was pretty interesting. So, remember that weird camera guy from earlier? Apparently there's a creep in the region. I mean, I don't know what it is, but, like, there's this guy taking pictures of the Quints and stuff, which I think is pretty creepy. I'm not sure how this is going to factor into all of the massive story at hand, but all I know is that basically the three of the Quints, Itsuki, Yotsuba, and Nino screamed, which at least that got Miku to come out of the little hotel room that she was in, because basically the three of them were trying to, I mean, like, Yotsuba's trying to cheer up Miku. She's like, Miku, come on out, it's okay. And Miku was just in there, just, you know, And I like, at least that did get Miku to open back up and come out. But seriously, who is this guy? Like, I don't know who it is, but I don't know. I don't know. I like, is Futaro gonna go and beat him up or something? I don't know. I feel like that would be pretty cool. Futaro just goes in and smacks him in the face. Yeah, actually, that would be really cool. But yeah, at least Miku was able to come back online, which is really nice. Although the creep is super uncool. I don't know who the creep is, but I hope he gets caught. Just a thing I wanted to say, though, while Itsuki and Yotsuba kind of they don't distract him. They're sending him out to they're meeting him out on the rooftop in the exact same location he went with the Kyoto girl years ago. Nino and Miku try to cheer each other up, or sorry, not each other, but like Nino tries to cheer Miku up. I mean, like, that was really cool. It was done in like a really cold and straightforward way, but like, it works and it was really effective. I really like that. Nino, like, seriously, Nino is the Chad of the Quints, honestly. Nino may be an unstoppable train, but here's the thing, she's a good sport. Also, the bed scene is pretty nice, if you get what I mean, but like, all that aside, Nino really is a Chad, and she's had so much character development this season, like, and she basically uses that to motivate Miku to come back online, to you know, so she could, like, actually compete in the process again. That was really amazing. But, like, you know, like, all that aside, though, Miku crying was, like, really heartbreaking, honestly. Just, like, I don't know what to tell you. I just wanted to, like, go in there and give her a big hug, but, of course, that's not possible. But, I mean, but you get what I mean, right? I don't know. I just felt so bad, but at least Miku's back in the game, and I like that. Also, one thing to note, that ending, like, actually, holy frick, like, Yotsuba was a Kyoto girl, like, I mean, this totally changes everything, honestly. Like, now that I think about it, I think a Yotsuba victory is very, very possible now, and, yeah, it's very possible. All the Quints are pretty competitive, except for Itsuki and Ichika, because Ichika just, well, she kind of bombed her chance now. She might be able to make a bit of a comeback, but I don't think so. Itsuki's not quite there yet. But I don't know. Like, this is Sisters War Part 1, by the way. Sisters War Part 2 is going to happen pretty soon. So I have no idea what's going to happen later on. But yeah, that was like the episode. That's really all I have to say for it. But yeah, like, oh god. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that, folks, because that's really all I have to say for this one. And yeah, that's it. Oh, right, one thing. Cells at Work Code Black finished airing today. So you remember how I said I was gonna Cells at Work and Cells at Work Season 2 and Cells at Work Black? I was gonna review those two in one video, so I'm writing the script up for that right now, and I will film that someday, and I'll have a big review at the very end. So I hope you all look forward to that. But yeah, that's all there is for this week. That's it, folks. I hope you all like that video. Because that's all there is. Yeah, what do you think is going to happen next week? Comment down below. No spoilers, though. Seriously, don't. Please don't, because I'm still watching this series as well. But yeah, that is that. Anyhow, if you like this video, give a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And that's all I have to say. Anyways, that's it for this week, folks. The sky's up and you guys are awesome. I hope to see you all next week for the last episode of Quintessential Quintuplet Season 2 review. Because next week is the last week. Oh boy. Anyways, see you around.